Good morning, Regents.
I'm Mr. Jones.
And I'm Mr. McGrath,
Welcome to the Regent Spotlight.
where no matter where we are,
We are all Regents. So, our guest this morning is going to be Ms. Amy Cassiday, my fellow dean, my partner in crime. So, Ms. Cassiday is coming from Malta, Illinois, and went to Malta High School, although it doesn't exist anymore. Did that get folded into like a different school district, or what happened? What happened there? Did you destroy the school, Amy?
I did not destroy the school. Maybe one of my siblings did. No, it was just very small. Like my youngest brother's graduating class was only 13. And so about 10 or 12 years after that, it consolidated. It was only about like 50 kids at that time.
Okay. And then from there, I see you went to Iowa. I won't say go Hawkeyes because the Badger in me won't let me say go Hawkeyes. But let's see, man. So Ms. Cassidy, you're working on your second master's degree. You got your first one in, you said public administration
That's correct.
and budgeting from Northern Illinois. And then you
Yes.
went to Indiana University where you did some more post-grad work in public and environmental affairs. And then I see, let's see, then you went to UW-Whitewater to get your teaching degree in math. And then you're at UW-Madison on your second master's degree for educational admin, I'm assuming?
Yes, that is what I'm doing at UW-Madison right now.
So you actually are taking online classes too, much like our students. How is that going?
It is a struggle. I'm not going to lie. The way my program works is we do like one weekend a month. So this past weekend, I spent 14 hours learning online virtually with my classmates. And I had a paper due last night at midnight. So it's not easy juggling like working at home, being with my kids all the time, making sure they're doing their own schooling and taking care of mine.
Dang. Oh man. So then from there you started teaching at Kishwaukee Educational Consortium, so for kids who had been expelled, and then from there you went to Beloit, or did you go to McNeil Middle School before Beloit?
So I was at KEC, referred to it as KEC, and then I actually moved up north, and Ryan and Andrew were like a baby and one. So I took a little time off, and then when we moved to the Madison area, I started at Beloit Memorial High School, and then around Act 10, there were some staff cuts, and I got shifted into the middle school, where I taught until I came to West High School.
All right, and you came to West in 2012, so you've been with us for 8 years. And obviously now you get to work closer to where you live. And so you're one of 7 children.
Yes.
Dang. So 6 girls, 1 boy. And 5 of you ended up in education?
Yes. 5 of the 7 of us are in education.
All teachers, or we got any admin? We got any?
4 of us are teachers, and 1 in school and community nursing.
Okay. Dang. So, all right. So that's quite a bit. But it's good to share stories. You got a family that you can share some good stories.
Yeah, my mom is still my sounding board.
what are the other 2 siblings doing?
My youngest brother, actually my only brother, right? My youngest brother is, he owns his own company. He helps people find jobs, so he's a headhunter. That's kind of what he does. My sister was actually in the same profession, but she has been a stay-at-home mom for the last 18 years.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
So, I'll start also with, well, first off, we ask everyone first, how are you doing? Like, where are you? How's everything going since the kids last saw you?
So, well, welcome to my kitchen. This is where we spend the majority of our time. This is where I work. This is where Andrew and Ryan do like their homework most of the time. I've spent the majority of our time away from school cooking when we're not like doing schoolwork. So In fact, actually, I don't know if you can see kind of back there on the stove, I made some muffins. Actually, not that long ago, mastered risotto. So just, we're doing pretty well, like, but just it's a lot of time together when you're teenagers with your parents.
No doubt. What are you doing to feel safe and secure during all of this isolation?
I brought like something for show and tell. I knit myself a scarf.
Ooh, beautiful.
Nice. That's productive. I like it.
Right. So, I mean, I always wear scarves anyway. So I made myself a scarf for like during this last time. And I am starting like kind of a big shawl that I can like maybe keep up in my office and wrap around. But like that's still in a very, very beginning stages.
Very
So
nice.
this is how I occupy myself.
Nice. So anything else you're doing to stay active?
We take daily walks in our house, except for the couple of days that it's been raining. Ryan still runs, like a lot of you know, my son Ryan, who's a freshman at Verona High School. And so he runs every day. And then Andrew and I have been taking like 3-mile walks together.
Okay.
For reading, I'm predominantly reading schoolwork because I have a lot of reading associated with my graduate degree. But yes, I started watching Love is Blind with Mr. Jones.
You're still, I'm assuming you're still ahead of me.
I don't know, what episode are you on?
We just finished episode 4. I think we're going on episode 5 tonight.
So I just finished episode 5, so I'm not too far ahead of you. So we've been watching Love is Blind together and kind of commiserating with just how awful some of those human beings are.
Crazy concept. I watched 3 episodes and then I had to read ahead and find out what happened to all these people. So then that ruined it for me. I couldn't watch anymore.
No spoiler alerts, please. Like I'm
No
committed to
spoiler
seeing
alerts.
it through.
I'll let you live through it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to set up a Zoom meeting tomorrow, Amy, to commiserate over once we finish episode 5 tonight. One of the things we're asking everyone is, what are your favorite memories of West? I mean, you have 8 years of memories. What are some things that you remember that that remind you, like when you think of West?
Probably a lot of my memories are tied to like my AVID classes that I taught in my classroom. You know, I'm still in contact with a lot of my students who are in my AVID classes that have graduated. So I really like, I have a lot of memories associated with like our 4 years together. But other than that, like always has been, always will be, Singing Valentines is my favorite day of the year at West High School. I can't imagine a singular day of the year that I enjoy more than Singing Valentines.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good one. Did you catch up with any rogue Singing Valentines this year?
No, not this year, but I apparently did facilitate a group one of my last years in the classroom before I became a dean. A group was looking for a place to practice, and I was like, sure, you can practice in my classroom. I didn't know they were rogue.
So you unknowingly aided this rogue group of Singing Valentines.
I did. I aided and abetted a rogue group of Singing Valentines.
And then you were hired as the dean.
And I was still hired as the dean. It's amazing.
Wow.
Fortunately, there's not a category in the BEP for aiding and abetting.
Fortunately, there's not.
We could circle back to that though and revisit it. What you know, the spring is kind of rolling on, and it's not warm out today, but it's been getting warmer out. As that happens, what's one event that you're missing at West, or you missed at West that you're like, oh man, you know, we got our Singing Valentines in this year, but what's something else that you're missing?
So I always love being part of planning and chaperoning prom, right? I'm very much into event planning. Mr. McGrath has had the pleasure of working with my intense need to plan events.
You're an integral planner, and you are there every year chaperoning with a smile on your face.
I am. So I am really going to miss being able to see like our seniors dressed up and enjoying like one of those last like really momentous high school experiences together. Like it's not the same not having that.
Yeah, I agree with you there. People, I remember some folks would say, wow, you have to chaperone this weekend. And, you know, we say, oh, it's great. It's awesome. You know, you get to see the seniors come in. They're all dressed up. They're in a great mood. And it is. It's a lot of fun that night. And I'll miss that too.
It is a lot of fun that night.
I mean, so events aside, what do you miss most about being at West, like in the building?
Oh, easily, students.
Yeah.
I miss our students, hands down. I cannot wait for us all like to be back together again so I can catch up with everybody. I miss like the students in the hallway, the kids I talked to at lunch, the ones who would stop by my office, helping kids after school with homework, just conversations that you got to have every single day. Yeah, I cannot wait to be back with our students.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah, it's those day-to-day, everyday interactions, I think that we're missing most, and a lot of our students are missing too.
Yes, I do have office hours. Zoom with me. Like, I would love to see everyone's faces.
Plug in with Miss Cassiday. She does have office hours.
Yep.
Definitely. What are you looking to most when we all do get back together?
I literally just think all of the human connection, right? Just being together, being in a space together, seeing people that like we all care about, right? Connecting and seeing how they spent their time. It's that moment of reconnection is something I cannot wait for.
Same here. I understand that. I guess final question, anything you want to tell the West students and the community before we go?
Just like, I hope you're all staying safe. I know it's like really hard to be away from like friends and sometimes family and people we really care about during this time, but like the more we stick to the rules around social distancing now, then the sooner we can be back together. Like, I'm still hopeful that we will be able to be together sometime this school year.
Mm-hmm.
As we all are, definitely. Well, thank you for joining us, Miss Cassiday. Really appreciate it.
You are welcome. It was fun.
You're a familiar face to so many of our students around the building. I'm sure they'll enjoy seeing you. And this week we actually have several staff members that we're featuring in the Regent Spotlight. In the future, students, we'd like to start shining a spotlight on you as well. And we'll be reaching out to some students and hoping to hear from you. But that's it for now. May the Regent Spotlight shine brightly on you today.